Welcome back, guys. Today we are here with the new Tier 10 Premium Italian battleship, the Sicilia. This is a as you can see, Columbo clone. Whoa, clone isn't really the right word because it's a sister ship. Well, none of these ships existed, but that's besides the point. It's another Columbo. As you know, we have the normal Columbo in the game. We have the black Columbo. Now we have the Sicilia. New tier 10 Italian battleship. Um, Now, if you know from PC, Sicilia is a brawler on PC. It is a brawling focused Columbo. On Blitz, it is also a brawling focused Columbo with a few tweaks. Um, yeah, I've been testing Sicilia for some time now, and I don't think I've done a battleship review before. I think I've done a cruiser review. I haven't done a battleship review though. But today we're doing the battleship because I actually enjoyed playing Sicilia. I actually enjoy my time playing the ship. So I will show it off. First the comparison system between this and the Columbo. I think that's the obvious comparison to do first. So Sicilia has the same fuel smoke. It has one less spotter plane, but it has three secondary overload three secondary overload ones. So you can already see there's a bit of a change in the skill set. You do have no SAP at all, so it's APHE. Also, you don't have Columbo's leg mod. Columbo just got his new leg mod recently in the recent patch. Phenomenal leg mod for Columbo. Really just brings it back to life, honestly. Before it was, Black Columbo was pretty much better. Now Columbo at least has more farming ability at random, so it's it's a welcome change to the Columbo. It's a welcome change. So yeah. Into the stats. The armor is basically the same. Sicilia has access to the ship hit. It's slightly more hit points. It's not much, like 600 more hit points. Maneuverability, literally identical. No difference. Guns, this is where things get interesting. Now, Columbo's guns base reload slower. Obviously, you have SAP on Columbo. This thing is HE. And Sicilia also has slightly more AP damage than normal Columbo. Slightly more. You also have slightly more base range. One thing to note, in my testing as Sicilia, the pen of the AP does seem noticeably better than Columbo's AP pen. I don't know if that's just me, or if the ship actually does, but I have a suspicious feeling the ship actually does have better AP pen than Columbo does. I do run APCS on both of them, by the way. Although Sicilia's numbers are kind of weird because Columbo leg mod knocks it down to 27-second reload, but Sicilia has access to a lead gun operator on its lead bonus. So if you take that, you basically have built-in Columbo leg mod reload. You don't have the range, but you have the reload. So that's an interesting way of doing it. I guess you just have built-in leg mod pretty much, which is interesting. You don't have the leg mod, but you have the leg mod in a way. It's still there somehow. The secondaries, they are SAP secondaries. You don't have the HE, so no more fire chance. The SAP obviously does 560, so it's 152mm SAP, so it does a little more damage than smaller caliber SAP. And the range is slightly better, but the reload is the same. You have 9 on each side. The autos, you have different autos actually. These are 127s. These are the American 127mm guns, and you have less of them. They take a little longer to reload, but they have over a kilometer of extra range. The only downside, of course, is that these are also SAP. So that means that the SAP secondaries, auto secondaries especially, you're gonna get a lot of bounces, especially at range. You're gonna get a ton of bounces on battleships. On cruisers and Ds, you can kind of get some pens, but battleships, if they're not hitting the superstructure, you're not really gonna do much damage with the auto secondaries. And also the loss of the fire chance, kind of sucks. But these auto secondaries are better for lighter targets. They will do some damage to battleships, but nowhere near as much as the auto secondaries or the HE would. Anyways, AA is worse, like noticeably worse. Not that Columbo had, any AA to write home about, but the AA is worse, specifically on the small calibers. So if CV wasn't a problem before, it is more a problem now. The concealment is identical. Now, actually, you know what? compared to Black Columbo, although there really is nothing else to compare besides the fact that you don't get the Black Columbo does not get leg mod. So this is the other premium counterpart. Otherwise, basically the same changes. So yeah. So main difference is that Black Columbo is precise same too. So that is the main differing thing between the two. Also Sicilia. Move on to my build for the Sicilia. I'm taking the Legion camo. This is the historical camo, by the way, in case anybody's interested. It's an okay looking historical camo. Nice black. It gives the same standard battleship, ship bonuses, ship hit points, dispersion range. The Legion camo, in my opinion, is a much better camo. Not only because it just looks nicer. I mean, I love Legion camos for the Italians. I'm gonna be completely honest. But it gives what most importantly we want, which is the secondaries. Now, this is about the extent of which the secondary range you should buff, because anything beyond the ranges we're talking about with these camo, the SAP starts to struggle a bit, because SAP Plus does not buff the SAP secondary buff. Does not buff the SAP secondary pen, so the pen is kind of limited on these secondaries. But most importantly, it's buffs concealment, which is really important for a brawling ship, because this ship already has pretty solid concealment. Buffing it further is just excellent. So this is the better camo, in my opinion. As for the build, you could, if you really wanted to, go for Auxiliary Armament Mod 1. I mean, we already have the secondaries with this camo. We already have the secondaries up to 7.5 kilometers in the manuals. Almost 6, basically 6 on the autos. I mean, even then, at this range, these secondaries are already struggling at these ranges. And the autos, buffing the auto secondary range further than they already are right now is kind of redundant, because, like, what are they going to do with that range? So, in my opinion, secondary reload on the manuals is where it's at, because this is actually where a vast majority of your secondary damage will be coming from. It'll be coming from these 152s that are on the side here, as you can see. So these are going to be the majority of your secondary damage, and I think this is just better to buff, because you can actually make a lot more use of this, since you can actually aim on the ship with these secondaries. You could make an argument for main battery mod 3, because the accuracy really is not that much worse than Columbo's if you run this. And it's probably still worse, I'm assuming, stats-wise, but the accuracy seemed okay. It's still kind of a shotgun, especially without, like, this mod. It's a shotgun especially, but in my opinion, if you're building this for dispersion, you're already playing the wrong ship. Don't bother building this for dispersion. Play normal Columbo if you're into that. Just play normal Columbo. Don't bother with this ship, or Black Columbo. Yeah, this is my preferred mod, and then it's just standard from there on acceleration and concealment. As for the commander, you could use one of two. Well, there's also Materazzi, but mainly you can use one of two. I'm using Campioni right now. This is my commander build. If you're interested in a 15 pointer, this is just obviously the obvious route to go, the brawling route. The main thing Campioni gives is he gives Night Radiance with an extra smoke. That's really useful for brawling late in the game. Adrenaline Rush Plus is just a phenomenal skill for brawling. And he gives, Torpedo Alert Plus. It's a nice skill to have. You could alternatively use Iachino. He gives Fully Prepared Plus, AR Plus, Horizontal Protection Expert Plus, some good skills. But obviously you won't be making use of SAP Plus on any of these commanders. Obviously Daredevil Plus is useless to you. So if you prefer Iachino's Fully Prepared Plus, by all means. I've tried both. I like both. Really up to personal preference, which you want. Either an extra smoke, or if you want to get better heals. So yeah. Where does Sicilia fall between the 3 Italian battleships? Basically, it goes in this order. If you want a consistent damage farming ship that can play mid to longer ranges, well, I don't want to say longer, you can play mid-range, I'd say, go for normal Columbo. With leg mod, it's a fantastic battleship at tier 10. And really solid. You don't even need the premium versions to really have a good time in this ship. So yeah. Columbo, highly recommend it if you have planned to get leg mod. Highly recommend it. Black Columbo is the more DD/CL hunting version of Columbo. This is something, if you want to insta-kill something with the most accuracy, this is the one. You have the SAP, you have the precise aim too. This can be just way better than normal Columbo at just insta-killing something with its one salvo, because you have precise aim too. So you can insta-kill the DD, especially for comp. This is probably the strongest of them, all for comp. Because Black Columbo can insta-kill the DD at range, insta-kill the light cruiser at range, so it's fantastic. This is another fantastic ship. But it's not going to farm as well as normal Columbo. And the Sicilia is the brawling one. If you want to brawl, and you want to just go at it, close range, mid to close range, this is the one to get. They're all fantastic, as I said. We can actually look at the stats of my Sicilia compared to my Columbo really quickly. We just scroll through these, don't mind these ships. Sicilia, 112k average at 30 games. You know, Columbo, 107. They're pretty similar in average. Obviously, I'm using a level 15 commander, you know, fully maxed out ship. Like, obviously, I know not everyone's going to have these builds. But this is the potential of these ships. And, yeah, they're both fantastic ships. So, yeah. Enough talking about Sicilia. Let's actually see the gameplay. As you can see, we are here with the first game in Okinawa. There's 2 bots, unfortunately. I really did try to get these games. I was playing this in the morning. Yes, I was playing in the morning at this time. I was really trying to get no bots, but I mean, this is my highest damage game I recorded. So, unfortunately, there's bots. Also, the music will get turned off. I forgot to turn off the music, actually, when I was recording this. It gets turned off. Yeah, it gets turned off now. I don't really like listening to music when I'm over, commentating over videos. Anyways, though. So we have Sicilia here in Okinawa. We spawn mid. So, we kind of have the option of going, you know, whichever side we want. I'm going to sit between B and C. Just kind of wait and see what happens. What's it called? 21 DD, so that's good. It's always a good sign of 21 DD. There's a Buki over there. As you can see in this match, I'm using Campione, because I have 3 smokes. It's an Izumo. But I think I took 1 shot at this ball out somewhere. I don't remember exactly. Black Zhao's chilling out there. I don't think the first shot was very nice, from what I remember. I actually kind of whiffed this first shot. Yeah. And a little bit too high, and a little too far back. 6k though, not 9k out of 6 shells, so it's okay. Clipping the Zhao a little bit. You have a lot of shells, so you're pretty much gonna always, not always, but you're most not gonna hit something if you aim okay-ishly. We'll let the secondaries go at this Baltimore. You can see the autos. I mean, they're really not penning that much. 1 salvo, I think, kills him. Yeah, 20k. So that's about the extent of my bot damage. This game is about 20k. So it is a little bit about farming there, but the rest of this game will be real player damage. So we're gonna put. I'm pushing into B now. So I have this bot Yamato that's distracting these guys, and I want to put this rock between me and these guys. I have no clue what. Oh, those are DD torps. I was gonna say I have no clue what the torps are, but those are DD torps, Somer torps. So I gotta start pushing back in again. There's Izumo sitting in his spawn. He's not AFK, by the way. He's literally just sitting in his spawn. Gotta love this gameplay. People sitting in spawn. This is a truly exhilarating gameplay. So I'm gonna use this water plane. You know, like I said, the dispersion is really not that bad for not running dispersion mod, and we can hit okay salvos at range. Yamato's just sitting in his spawn as well. There's a 3rd battleship all the way up at A, who is doing his own thing. And we're just gonna use this rock to get closer. Take the auto aim off. Kind of weird aiming with the spotter plane sometimes, but got a shot off. That's a nice salvo with AP. You know, only 10 shells as well. So again, the dispersion is not like, oh, like, it's not great dispersion. I'm not gonna call it like precise, but it's also not like the worst thing in the world. So we're gonna use our first fuel smoke here. We're just gonna kind of push into this Izumo and this Yamato. So I can get into closer range. I don't want to just snipe, because that's not really what Sicilia is made for. Again, the dispersion's really not that, I mean, granted, it's a Rossadissimo, but it's really not that bad, the dispersion. So we're doing good damage. You can do good damage for Sicilia at range. So even if when you don't get to always brawl, you don't have to always brawl to get a lot of damage to Sicilia. You can still sit mid-range, kind of, you know, just doing chunk damage before you get close. And then you let the secondary do the work. It's pretty much just a slightly more aggressive Columbo, I guess, is really what it is, to get the playstyle. Because the early game is pretty similar to Columbo. You're just not worrying about destroyers as much, since you don't have to worry about SAP. We almost killed that Black Zhao. I'm still not leading enough on that Zhao. We almost killed that Black Zhao. But now we have Izumo to our right. I'm pretty confident at this point that I can take on a random Yamato who's not paying attention, and an Izumo who's low. So, also I want to get like shot at so I can get the frenziness from the level 14 commander school going for my secondaries. So we're just gonna let the secondaries go at it. And let's just, I mean, this is what you came for, right? You came for the secondaries. And this is going to be a very deadismal. Will the secondaries kill that guy? Yeah, big caliber. I just got secondaries don't kill this guy. Oh, well, not my, autos at least. I think my manuals do. Oh no, I think I killed him with my minions. But you can see this. The secondary damage is it's better once you get really close range with the manuals. But the autos really aren't doing much at these ranges. So I just let my autos kill this guy. I tried to get a lightning strike here, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I was a little slow with the main gun salvo, so it wasn't gonna happen, but that guy dies. I believe we still got to go to this battleship. We haven't even used the heal yet. 4 kills so far. It's pretty good, I'd say. Still Vermont waiting for us. Schlieffen's probably gonna die. Yeah, Schlieffen dies. Unfortunate stuff. Somers over there. But we're just gonna push up to this Vermont. Use our fuel smoke. And we gotta look another way. So now we can catch him lacking. Use the main guns. And just let it rip. This is where you guys just see the real secondaries, like to the full effect. You can see the manuals do really good damage on the bow. The autos though, they look at how many zeros the autos are producing. Even if they're 127s, the autos are still pretty lackluster in pen. I think our main gun's skill him here. Yeah, one sit. Yep, free kill, Kraken, 169. So we take about 20k off because we killed Baltimore. About what, 150. So it's a pretty nice game in Sicilia, I'd say 150k. Yeah. Easy Battlestar. A lot of main gun damage has happened this game. There'll be a lot of games like that Sicilia where you don't really always get to brawl, but you still get to brawl at the end. It's really just about timing it right. So, yeah, 37k secondary damage, mostly manuals. So yeah, let's get to the next game. Alright, here we have the second game of the Sicilia, and we are in encounter. Yeah, it's very rare to get encounter actually nowadays, which I'm really glad, because this map is horrendous. Absolutely horrendous. If you're not in a sniping battleship, this is just a horrible map. However, aside from the just horrendous map, we're gonna push left. A lot of battleships. I make pretty much one critical mistake, which pretty much cost me a lot of damage this game. I don't know if I would have won, but I definitely would have got a lot more damage. But this is still a decent game, damage-wise. So we're just gonna push left. Cecilia, we could sit in the back tonight, but like, that's not really what we're here for, right? Want to make use of all the weapons in Cecilia, and I'm not bidding for dispersion anyways, so sitting in the back's kind of redundant. We just gotta be smart when pushing in. The Schlieffen is going mid. No clue where that Schlieffen is going. Genuinely no clue. We have a Shimmer going wide on our team. Gdansk going mid. That's good. We don't want to deal with that HE spam. There's 2 BBs pushing down. It's kind of hard to see because they're literally on top of each other, but they're both of them pushing down. I was hoping to brawl this first Montana. Unfortunately, Shima had other plans. Let me just don't mind the auto lock issues. The Shima had other plans for this Montana in front of me, and he pretty much just like deletes him off the face of the planet. You know, one-shot kill with main guns from Shima, but he refuses to use his main gun in Shima, which is just the most Shimakaze thing I've ever seen in my life, where they refuse to use their main guns. So we're gonna get a free kill here, which, I mean, I'll take it, I guess, but I would have much preferred to have brawled that guy. But we're gonna brawl this guy instead, which, I mean, this guy's not even looking at me, so, yeah, good luck, bro. Good luck facing me. Also, hopefully the audio isn't too bad. I have the volume of the game raised up a little bit. Or the recording raised up a little bit, so hopefully this doesn't go over my voice too badly. We have the secondary square frenziness going now, so our secondary DPM is just even better now. And yeah, we're just brawling here with this Montana. You know, the SAP, I mean, the SAP secondaries, the manual SAP secondaries, they do great damage when you hit weak points. The autos, not so much. So I think that is a bit of a, it's a mention. It's kind of like Napoli. Your autos, they do damage against lighter targets, but against battleships and stuff, especially at longer ranges, their damage output is pretty bad if they're not hitting superstructure. Fortunately, Gdansk is here. Also, this is the point where I should have ran away, but I didn't. If I ran away here, I probably could have lived a little bit longer. Well, actually, I would have lived, probably. I would have lived, but because I keep pushing, I am pushing myself into 2 battleships, and I think at the time I was trying to get last stand going, so I was trying to get this easy kill with Schlieffen, but yeah, that didn't really end up happening. Well, we killed the Schlieffen, we don't end up like surviving here. But we do a lot of damage very quickly to the Schlieffen, so it is what it is. Also, we still do keep retaining those excellent 360 turrets of the Columbo, so that's always good for brawling, is having the 360 turrets. So we're just kind of brawling in. I should have healed a long time ago, but again, I was trying to farm last stand, but at this point I realized there is no getting last stand at this point. This is not going to happen. Our battleships are north are useless. You'd love to see it. Love to see when battleship players are playing passive. We kill this, we trade with the Schlieffen, but we die, so. But that's just the damage potential of Sicilia. We did 123k, 3 minutes left. So, a lot of damage left. But yeah, I think that would do it for me. Would I recommend getting Sicilia? Yeah. If you want to brawl in Columbo, we'll recommend it. So, yeah, that'll do it for me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.